Hi again, folks. It's Christopher Perez, Director in the Office of Graduate Diversity and Inclusion in the Graduate School at University of Maryland, College Park. This is another edition of Ogdi Answers Your Questions. So as I stated in previous videos, I've been doing a lot of virtual sessions over the summer, and I have been talking about directors and coordinators of graduate studies a lot. And I'm recommending that folks reach out to directors and coordinators of graduate studies. And folks have been emailing me, asking me, well, what is a director or coordinator of graduate studies? Well, director and coordinator of graduate studies is the liaison in the program that works with the graduate school in order to understand policies and procedures and even answer questions on advising or your graduate application. Okay, so there are literally hundreds of directors and coordinators of graduate studies at University of Maryland, because every program is required to have a director or coordinator of graduate studies. Now, people are asking me questions about our doctoral programs, and I always refer to them to the director or coordinator of graduate studies in that program. Now, at Maryland, we have 84 doctoral programs, and I don't work for 84 programs. I work for the graduate school, okay? And so when you come to me and you ask me about, well, does such and such program have faculty that do X, Y, or Z? I might say, I don't know because I don't work in that program. Please contact the director or coordinator of graduate studies, or look on the website and search and find out if there are faculty that do your area of interest, okay? So again, it's always in your best interest to know who your points of contact are, because not everybody's going to be able to answer every question that you have. That's why there are different offices that have different roles at Maryland, and in any institution, in fact. There's no one single person that can answer every single question. The best that I can do is direct you to the appropriate person. So again, understand that as an undergrad, you might go to an advisor. So think of a director or a coordinator of graduate studies as some kind of an advisor role, okay? They're mostly there when you enroll. Okay, their job is to ensure that you, as a enrolled graduate student, are following the policies and procedures that are put out by the graduate school, and that you are you're in good standing. Okay, they're going to work with you to make sure, and they're going to work with your committee and then your advisor and all of those things. But folks are asking me, well, what is the difference? So what's the difference between a director and a coordinator? So a coordinator's role is really about managing the day-to-day operations, the paperwork, the forms, the making sure that you get those deadlines, you meet those deadlines. The director of graduate studies, that's the person that's going to sign off on certain things, like, say, if you need to take a leave of absence. Well, the coordinator is going to help you fill out that form or help locate that form for you. The director of graduate studies is going to approve it. They're the ones that are going to assign it. And it's not just forms, there are other things too. So really be sure to understand that you can contact me in the graduate school, but what my response might be, if you're asking me a program specific question, is contact the director or coordinator of graduate studies in that program and ask them that question, because I don't know how to answer it. Again, I work in the graduate school. That's a different unit. I support our graduate programs across campus in multiple ways. And then obviously I work with prospective students, graduate students like yourselves, to make sure that you know who to contact. And that's why I'm doing these videos, so that you understand that I can't answer all of the questions. And that's why I am, when I get a question about, well, is there faculty in bioengineering that does X, Y, or Z? I'm going to be like, well, let me get on the website and find it. But my go-to response might be, if you really want to know, contact the director or coordinator of graduate studies in bioengineering, and they might be able to locate that person for you or answer that question better. And it's always a good idea, because you are then getting on their radar. You are showing your interest in that program. It's great to do that. I think it's always a benefit to put yourself out there, but just remember that when you are reaching out to folks and you're asking questions, that you are leaving an impression. Impression can be favorable or unfavorable. Okay, so if you're asking a question that's clearly identified on the website, on their website, they may say to themselves, well, this person didn't do their research. It's clearly identified on the website. Why are we answering a question that's clearly identified on the website? So just make sure that you, when you're reaching out to folks, that you're asking critical questions. You're not just asking questions that can be easily found on the website. Now, if you don't know who the director or coordinator is, and it's not listed on the website, that's a great opportunity to contact the program and say, who is the director and coordinator of graduate studies, and would they be able to answer some questions that I have? So this is just an understanding that while I am here to help you and I will point you to the appropriate resources, I can't answer all questions. And I certainly cannot represent a program that I don't work for in a way that they can represent themselves. They will be able to speak to your questions much better than I would be able to. So just remember that there are a director and coordinator of graduate studies in every graduate program. And those are the folks that you really want to contact if you have very specific questions about the program that you cannot identify on their website. Okay, so this was Ogdi Answers Your Questions, understanding what a coordinator and a director of graduate studies does. Keep your questions coming. I'm really enjoying the questions that are coming in. And I really appreciate everybody subscribing to the channel and liking the videos. I've gotten a lot of feedback saying that these are really helpful tutorials and just helpful to their scholars. So I'm going to keep coming up with videos as long as you keep asking questions. So stay tuned. If you are interested in getting updates, please subscribe and watch the playlists that I've created. And I hope that this answered your question about what a director and coordinator of graduate studies is and what they do. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.